Hi, everybody. Welcome to the Jimmy Dore Show. I'm here with the miserable liberal and Ron Placone.
Hi.
Hello.
So you know this is Rex Tillerson. He's the current Secretary of State who's now leaving. Now, when he was hired, he was the former head of Exxon. He was the head of Exxon. So everybody was like, oh, Putin's friend. Remember that? In fact, here's some. Trump swears in Putin's friend Rex Tillerson as Secretary of State. Here's Vladimir Putin honoring Rex Tillerson with a Russian friendship. So he was... But now Trump's firing him. So now which is it? Why would Trump? Was he not? Who knows? So here's what Michael Tracy says. He says Tillerson was hired because he was so friendly to Russia, and then fired because he was so tough on Russia. That's what people are saying. That's what people are saying. Oh, he was too tough on Russia, and Trump didn't like that. It's almost like you can make the Russiagate thesis comport with any eventuality regardless of fact pattern. So then one of the quote resistance guys, one of the bigger pieces of it from the corporate Democrats, is this guy Laurence Tribe. All right, so he's a big guy on Twitter, and isn't he a Harvard professor or something? Laurence Tribe. So he retweets Michael Tracy and saying, not at all. It looks like Russia picked Tillerson to be a Putin puppet, then pushed Trump to fire Tillerson when he proved to be an unreliable puppet. No mystery there. That's a grown-up. That's a grown-up. That's a grown-up person with the blue check. Okay, look up where that guy works.
He's Harvard.
He's Harvard. That's what I thought.
Constitutional law.
Constitutional lawyer doing this. It's McCarthy smearing of the president. Glenn Greenwald says an actual, not figurative LOL at that tweet by Laurence Tribe. He says the hallmark of a deranged conspiracy theorist is that all evidence, including evidence that negates the theory, is instantly converted into further proof of it. See next tweet for the most remarkable demonstration of this. Michael Tracy says, what's it called when you adopt a premise that can never be falsified, even in the face of flatly contradictory evidence?
Journalism.
You call that journalism. So I just wanted to show you this. This is how crazy it's gotten. This is how crazy it's gotten. Oh, he got Rex Tillerson because Putin told him to. Yeah, he just fired him. Oh, yeah, Putin told him to fire him because he's not friendly enough to Putin. You call that Russiagate. What's it called when you adopt a premise that can never be falsified, even in the face of flatly contradictory evidence? You call that Russiagate. And it's left me in the most unenviable position of having to debunk attacks on Trump, which is the last thing I want to be sitting here doing. But it's important because what's happening is the neoliberal establishment is again gaslighting everyone because they don't want us again to look at the system that gave us Trump. They don't want us to talk about how rigged the 2016 primary was by the Hillary Clinton oligarchs. The biggest election fraud in the history of our country happened in the 2016 primary, and nobody's talking about it. What are we talking about? That's why it's important, because this is how propaganda works. And we could very easily get into another war, just like propaganda led us into the Iraq War and has kept us in Afghanistan for 17 years and got us to do Libya, which is now a failed state, and we're in Syria. Dropped so many bombs, we ran out of bombs. We just had another helicopter just crashed full of U.S. servicemen in Syria. That's called propaganda. So that's why it's important to keep knocking down this Russiagate McCarthy propaganda. Because guess what? No one cares about this when they're voting This only is catnip to people who already hate Trump. That's what this is. So I don't know. There's not much more to say except just take a look at that, I guess.
Well, I just wonder what's going to happen next because, like, one of the things that I'll point out is, like, how do you explain Pompeo? How do you explain Trump's desire for Pompeo? So is Lawrence or his ilk gonna say, well, Pompeo talked to Putin?
Pompeo's
like,
also...
Is that what's going to happen next? Like, well, Putin talked to him, and that's what they want you to believe. Like, okay, you're getting more ridiculous by the day.
So I like to do this to, again, debunk this crazy Red Scare. This hysteria is what it is, this hysteria from the corporate establishment, the neoliberals. That's what this is. So
did you ever think, Jimmy, that in 2018 we would be talking more about Russia
no,
than we're talking about Yemen?
no. Oh, and that's one thing they'll never talk about. They'll never talk about. MSNBC, I think, did one whole segment on Yemen in the last year. I think it was on Ari Melber's show. They've mentioned Yemen, but they've never done a segment on it, on actually what's happening, except that one time on Ari Melber.
I mean, it's been over a year and a half at this point, like with all the Russia hysteria. And I never thought it'd be going. I mean, we could do an over-under now, and I don't even know what I'd guess. I don't even know what year I'd throw out there to try to win the poll.
Wow. Well, listen, folks, I'll keep knocking this down. If you make sure you keep checking to make sure you're subscribed to our show, just check. It only takes a second. And come see us live. We're doing a live show March 30th in Burbank, California, March 26th in Austin, Texas. Or become a patron. We give you hours of bonus material every week. Thanks for your support.